Hey everyone, it's your old pal Jacomo here, and today I got a chance to play Dungeon World with a real live DM. Like a dude that actually run the game for people for like years. This is my friend Harry. Hey Harry.
Hi everyone, it's great to be here. Giacomo, are you ready?
Maybe give the folks at home like a idea what Dungeon World is?
Sure. Dungeon World is a narrative role-playing game set in a fantasy world. It is meant to be played as a discussion between the GM and the players. It's punctuated by dice rolls whenever things get uncertain. Each character has a playbook that details their moves. The moves are the heroic stuff that your character can do whenever you're in the course of this conversation. You will invoke your moves, roll 2d6, and the appropriate modifier to see how you did. Each move details what your character's degree of success is based on your roll, and that's pretty much all. Is that clear? Good enough?
Clear as foggy glass, my friend.
You'll get it as we go. Now, most Dungeon World games are not one-on-one. Typically, there would be a whole group, but I thought that this would be a good way to actually teach the game and give you a little bit of a prologue for your character. So, does that sound good to you?
Sure, I just want to roll some dice and have some adventure.
Alright, why don't you tell me a little bit about your character?
My dude is Omar, and he's a thief. He's got a knobby body, and he isn't that handsome. So he dresses himself real nice, so people will overlook how dank his face is, and how rank his pits stink.
Okay, so if we had more players, I'd have you all fill out the bond section of your character sheet right now. However, you can leave that blank, and you'll meet the rest of the party later on, if you survive.
Harry, my man, what do you mean, if?
The world is a dangerous place, Giacomo.
Oh, cripes!
Ready to go?
Can you not kill my guy before he meets the rest of the party?
No promises.
Oh, man!
We begin in the civilized land of Valis. It is characterized by a vast metropolis centered around the castle of King Aaron.
Is that, Aaron with 2 A's or 1 A?
1A, 2 N's, because fantasy.
Alright, yeah, cool.
So, in the seedy part of town, in a tavern called the Orc's Bunghole, Omar is sitting at the bar, considering the copper coins in his purse and what he can do with his night. What do you do?
I, take a look around. Do I see anyone I know? Who's there? More importantly, are there rich people slumming it up? I bet I could get some gold.
Parlin, another thief, sits in the corner. He is talking with Jacomo. He's a fence that works with the Yellow Dragons, a mafia-like gang that flourishes in the city despite Valis's relative peace. Your gaze goes over to the door. There is a strange woman that just walked in, and she looks somewhat unsure of herself as she just strides over to the bar. Meanwhile, Marianne is at her usual table. She always has jobs for knobby-bodied boys like you. So, what do you do?
So many choices. I really just want more dough, so I'm going to try to figure out if that strange lady is someone important. I want to talk to her, but also want to know what's up with that other thief. Can I do a discern realities move? Because I really want to discern myself some realities.
Sure, go for it.
I do 2d6 plus Wizbo.
Wizbo?
My wisdom bonus. I call it Wizbo for short.
Please don't call it that.
9. That means I get 1 reality to discern. I'll go for, what here is not what it appears to be.
That's a good choice. Your attention shifts to Parlin. He is sweaty and his hands are nearly shaking. He's nervous about dealing with Jacomo, despite having dealt with him a lot in the past. It's clear that Parlin is in way over his head. The deal that's going down definitely seems like it's going sideways. He owes the yellow dragons, and what he's trying to sell off, some costume jewels, a silver ewer, they're not enough to pay off his debts. Then, as you glance towards the woman, she looks away from you, but in the fleeting moment, you recognize her. She's the Princess Alundra, King Aaron's daughter. She's looking for some assistance and doesn't know where to start. What do you do?
Can I discern more realities? I have some more realities I'd like to discern.
Sorry, just one per player.
Oh man, I'm gonna go talk to the princess.
You walk up to the princess. She takes a look at you. You see her face contort in a degree of disgust, and her nose wrinkles with the scent of your stinky pits. She seems uncomfortable with your presence. What do you do?
Parlay.
You know, you don't need to rely on moves all of the time, but I think that this is really a good case where we could. Chances are you're a little bit more charismatic than Omar is, so go for it. Roll away.
2d6 in my Jacomo. That's charisma modifier to you, buddy. And that's a 6. That's Failtown, population Omar. I'm pretty sure that whatever he says starts with, "Hey, baby."
With his failure, Omar gains an XP. She looks down at you and... Wait, did you make sure to include the +1 forward from the Discern Realities check earlier?
The what now?
When you succeed at a Discern Realities check, you get a +1 forward on your next roll involving the information that you gained from that Discern Realities check. A +1 forward in this game just means a +1 to your die roll.
That makes it 7. So hey, baby.
And don't forget to erase that XP. She looks down at you, and between your diminutive size, bowl haircut, and general stink, she's obviously not into you. However, she'll listen to what you have to say and give you a fair shake. Now just don't forget, in order to parley, you need to have to offer something that she needs. So, what do you do?
Oh, I got what she needs.
Jacomo?
Fair maiden Alundra, I whisper. I know who you are, and I know you aren't into all this. Like all this here, no. But I think I got what you need. First, keeping it hush-hush that you're down here in the York's Bunghole. And second, maybe helping you around town. It gets pretty dangerous if you don't know somebody. And I try to look sly, but I don't do a good job of it.
So she considers your offer, and she ultimately accepts it. As you move to a table, she confides in you. I need someone threatened, she says, having a hard time with the words. She is clearly not used to these evil deeds. She has a degree of naivete about her. The Lord of Hightower, specifically. I have gold I can pay, but only to someone that has a talent and ability to do this kind of mission. She slips you 2 gold for your discretion tonight and protection. More will come if you agree to help me. So what do you do?
I mulled it over. This is kind of sus, but like you said, this isn't the kind of thing she normally does, so she don't know how to do it.
As you consider her offer, things get heated at the table with Parlin and Jasco. Parlin shouts, "It should be enough!" And Jasco pulls out a sword. 2 other thugs from the gang are there to back him up. Parlin pulls out his 2 daggers, hands shaking. What do you do?
This is my chance to prove to Alundra that I'm a badass. So I'm going to loose a couple arrows on those fools from the shadows of the table. Like, I'm going to get under it, and then I'm going to go... Thweep, thweep.
And that would be a volley.
Can I use the +1 forward from the Discern Realities when I found out that things weren't kosher with Parlin?
Sure, go for it.
Oh, crabs! I got a 6!
Well, at least Omar gains 1 XP for his failure. He looses a bunch of arrows, and one grazes Jasco. Several of the other folks in the tavern stand up, and Every single one of them is looking at you. It appears that you've grossly underestimated the number of members of the Yellow Dragon gang in attendance in the tavern tonight. So, what do you do?
Oh, I'm way outnumbered. I really could use a whole party here, man. But I think I'll take maybe one more shot, and then I'll run off, and I'll try to protect the princess.
That's a lot to do at once, Giacomo.
Alright, I'm gonna do some brave hero stupidity. I'm gonna run at Jasco, dodging all the other things, and all the thugs and stuff, and tell him that this is my house, so you bug off.
Go for a defy death. I'm tempted to go with hack and slash, but I think defy death better fits the insanity of the situation.
I'm gonna use Dex, because I'm being cheetah fast despite my real small legs. Man, my dice are broken. I only got a 7 again.
Good enough for sort of a success.
Sorta?
You get to Jasco and you have your blades out, but one of his men, Quint, has Alundra cornered. What do you do?
I shout for Quint to leave her alone or else Jasco gets it.
Parley.
But I suck at that.
Parley!
Oh man. Here we go. Oh. That's a 9! Holy cow!
Quint tells you to drop your knives first. What do you do?
But, that was a 9!
The 10 plus is the big no strings attached success.
You know what? I'm gonna throw my knife at Quint.
Omar is ballsy.
Yes. Yes, he is.
Go for a volley.
Come on, Dice Gods. Shine on Omar. A 10! 10! I am a golden god.
Okay, Robert Plant, roll your damage.
Alright, I got a 5.
Your dagger sinks hilt deep into Quint's skull. He goes cross-eyed, and then his body falls limp to the floor.
Ooh boy, I got more where that came from too.
The other thugs look to Jasco, wondering what they should do. When you tell him that you've got more, he knows that you're telling the truth. So he swings out with his blade, spinning around, cussing you out. What do you do?
Well, I'm gonna slice, and I'm gonna dice right back.
Hack and or slash.
And I get a 8.
The two of you trade blows. Go ahead and deal your damage.
A roller, rolling them dice. I hope I roll real good and I roll real nice. 6? Omar is a beast.
Omar's knife bites deep into Jasco's abdomen. But Omar feels a sharp poke. It seems that Jasco has managed to plunge his sword right into your shoulder. That's going to be for D8 damage. Plus, Omar is poisoned with oil of Taggart.
What? I roll my own damage when people stab me? That's just mean and cruel and unusual and insulting. Man. Oh well. Roll low? A 4. So, with my armor, that goes down to a 3. And so, well, I'm not dead.
But Jasco is. As the oil of Taggart seeps through your body, your limbs and eyelids start to get really heavy as you start to fall asleep. The last thing that you hear is your struggle to stay awake are a bunch of the yellow dragons saying, "Isn't that the princess?" When you awaken, you're in the city jail. There are 3 others that share your cell.
This is the party, isn't it?
Yep, so we'll pick it up here with our actual session with the group. So now we come to if you have any thoughts, critique, questions, or anything like that.
That was pretty crazy. I felt kind of confident for level 1. I liked how it sort of all flowed, you know?
Well, part of what should happen is you should always feel like the action is moving forward. So if you miss or fail something that you are trying to do, it still kind of goes on. It's never just you standing there swinging your sword. that sort of thing.
And I liked how it just kept building, getting more and more out of control.
Some of that is driven by who's playing, and some of it's the system. If you're running Dungeon World, you kind of want things to start to snowball out of control. The system enables that in quite a lot of ways.
I also liked how you got XP for failing. It made it hurt a little less, you know?
Yep.
But I didn't like how there were only like so many classes and they had only maybe, what, 2 races each I could be?
If your GM is up to it, there is a lot of well-crafted classes and race ideas online. I'd suggest just getting comfortable with what's in the rules as they are and then go from there. Sometimes just a cosmetic change will do, but other times, well, if you're playing long-term, you might want to be familiar with the core rules first and then start expanding. You know what I mean?
And, one last question.
Sure.
Is the princess okay?
You'll find out.
Oh, and one more.
Yeah?
Did you name her after Alundra Blaze, the wrestler that threw out the WWF title belt on TV?
I was gonna name her Adora, like She-Ra, or Allura, like on Voltron, but I went for another blonde name that came to mind.
Cool. I've always been more into Luna Vachon myself. She was cool, like all Mad Max and stuff. Anyways, thank you for doing this, and do you have anything to say to the peoples?
Sure. As with all games, don't forget that you're doing it for fun. Even if it's a really heavy, serious game like Alice is Missing or Delta Green, make sure that you're loving it. Interact with your fellow players, ask questions, engage with the world. Post-game, if you're doing a serious game, take some time to decompress with the other players, process what you've been through, and help build that bond with not only the other players, but your DM as well. And if playing a serious game isn't what you're into, there are plenty of other kind of games out there. And there's tons of different kinds of play styles. Not every group's for everybody, not every game's for everybody. And seriously, one size does not fit all.
Awesome. So will you come back and do this when we do Mork Borg?
Sure. Are you going to do any more of those React videos?
You watched that?
Of course. I liked it and I subscribed. I don't think that I commented though.
Well, friends comment.
Guilt has thus far been unable to sway me, Giacomo. Thanks, and just have an awesome night.
Okay, people, that's all there is for that there. I'll be back in a few with how to make a character in Mork Borg, and maybe what I thought about Falcon and Winter Soldier. That could be fun, right? And we'll also do a playthrough with Mork Borg with Harry, if you guys think you might like that. And other than that, just like, comment, subscribe, jingle the bell, and whatever else, and we'll catch you later. Bye!